guys remember the initial review that we did on this trailer. Let's do a 6-month update. So this is the Calico 20-foot stock combo trailer that we bought back in May or whatever it was. We ordered it before that, but that's when we got it, was in May. And we ordered this trailer for a couple of reasons. One, we had been looking for a more horsey type trailer, something that had a tack room in it. And I kept seeing used prices on Marketplace, and I was like, man, these are ridiculous prices for a horse trailer. I didn't really want a horse trailer. I wanted something that I could haul some cows in if I needed to. You guys have seen my little half top. We did a quick review on that one day. I like the ability to, if I've got a horse in here, throw the horse up front or in the back or whatever and put cows somewhere else. So that was kind of what I wanted, because if I take this to go check cows, I wanted the ability to be able to throw a couple pairs in here if I needed to, throw some calves in here, whatever I needed to do. So that was why we ordered this, because I knew what I wanted, so it was just easier to order. And we actually got a pretty good deal. These trailers are, in my opinion, very reasonably priced for what you get. We just got back from taking this on a 2,200 mile round trip, and we had 0 issues. Obviously, we pulled it all summer for our rodeo series that we were finishing up, because we had already done a few rodeos without it. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing but good things to say about this trailer for what it is. I mean, you can spend a lot of money on a trailer, but for what you get from this company, like I said, they're made in, it says it up here, somewhere in Arkansas. Quitman, Arkansas. Calico Trailers. It's a family business. I accidentally called and talked to the guys down there at the factory one day, because I got on their website and it was like, call if you have any questions. So I called and talked to those guys down there. Anyways, this is the tack room area. Plenty of room for head stalls and halters and anything else you want to haul up. I did 3 saddle racks. You can do 4. I think 4 would be very tight. They can do, I think they can even do like the pull-out kind if you want. You can get a window here if you want. Pretty sure you can get a tray built on down here if you want. You can kind of do, if you order it, you can do whatever you want. But this is kind of the standard stock combo. We talked about this in our initial review, had ordered a gate here. We're still waiting on that. But I did stop in and talk to those guys, and they were like, yeah, we know, we're working on it. So I have a RV vent here. I would have preferred more of the old school, like metal one, that's just like a sliding vent. That's okay. That one works. Lights are good. Has nice LED lights. Of course, it's got your side gate, your escape door. What else? You can get different axles. These are just the 6,000 pound axles. You can get 7,000 pound axles or whatever kind of axles you want. But on a 20-foot stock combo, I didn't see why I needed any heavier than that. I did have them add this light here, which runs off of hot power or constant power, which is nice. It also has a light on the inside of the tack room and on the inside of here. However, they ran these lights off of your running lights. I've thought about rewiring them, because in order for these lights to work, this one and the one in the tack room, your running lights have to be on. And I would have rather those been on, just like this one, your constant power. So I don't know if there's a reason they did that, but that's how it's done. That was kind of a negative for me, but it works, because like if you're throwing horses in here, your truck's probably running anyways. What else? I did a center cut gate. I initially was going to have one put, up here, like a 3/4, because then I thought, okay, if I've got a horse with me, I can throw one horse up here and then load more cows in the back. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, just put it in the middle, and I'm glad I did. It gives me more room. You can fit, depending on what size your horses are. I have had 3 saddled horses in half of this trailer, because it's 6'8" wide. And I put one, you know, this way, the other one this way, and then the last one this way. But the last horse I put on was Josh's little mare, and she's a 1,000-pound horse, maybe 900. She's not that big. So if you had 3 big geldings in there, I bet they'd still fit. I mean, you could fit them in there. The only issue we had with this trailer so far was one day we were pulling it, and this tire, I thought the brakes locked up. Well, the brakes did lock up, and skidded the tire and wore a hole in it, and the tire blew. Turns out that was my trailer brake module in the other truck, because they're probably out of adjustment a little bit. I probably need to adjust the brakes, but with the new truck, I'm able to turn it down to like nothing if I don't want it to. So I've got it turned at like 3.5 gain, and it's working perfectly. So I could probably turn it up, because what's happening is these back brakes are applying more brake than the front brakes. So probably need some adjustment. There again, a lot of people would really like, I don't even have trailer brakes, so what's it matter? There, now I'm right side up. I do like that they put tie downs loops all the way, the whole length of the trailer, so you could tie up a whole bunch of stuff if you needed to. They've also got, and this is all like standard stuff, this isn't anything that I added. They've got tie loops here, here, and here, and here if you want to double tie something. Here and here, and obviously you can tie things anywhere along here if you want. The only things that I added that weren't standard were the backup lights, which I highly recommend if you're going anywhere in the dark. It's really nice to have backup lights, because these, especially with LED lights nowadays, these 2 lights on the back really light things up to where you can see where you're going. The fuses are actually blown in the new truck. Well, they're not blown. Different fuses were blown when I first bought the truck, and I robbed the backup light fuse out of it and put it somewhere else, and I have yet to replace that fuse. And I was in a situation the other day when we were traveling where I needed to back up in the dark, and I was like, oh, this would be nice, and I turned it and put it in reverse, and they didn't have those, and I was like, oh, this sucks, because yeah, I should have put a new fuse in there. So that has been remedied. Anyways, things I added: backup lights, this light, the light in the tack room I'm pretty sure is standard, and I think this was an add-on to this light. The rubber mats, no big deal. It's a wood floor under there. It does have a single gate. Pretty sure you can get butterfly gates if you want them. Sliding gate, which I like. The fittings are not greasable, but there again, squirt some oil on, not that big a deal. Trying to think of what else. Does come with a spare tire. Some trailer manufacturers do not give you a spare, so it does come with a spare tire. Oh, and the gate that is not here. That was the other thing that I ordered. That's not standard. So, you know, all the little things. And you can get this, you can get the flat-nosed kind, whatever they call that, I can't remember. Or you can get the full length one like I got, which there again we did for storage, and it tows nice and, you know, more aerodynamic. Plus I think it looks better. You can custom order your color. But yeah, in 6 months we really haven't had any trouble. I will say one negative thing. I felt like the paint there again, it's a stock trailer, guys. I did feel like the paint was a little like tacky when we got it. Like I remember, like when you tied a horse up, it just like came off, and you know, you can already see some chipping. But there again, the kids and their spurs, it's a stock trailer, you know what I mean? It's not an aluminum horse trailer that's gonna be, you know, whatever. In 10 years we could repaint the darn thing if we want to. It doesn't bother me, especially like I said, these trailers are very reasonably priced, so it doesn't bother me. Overall, we've been very happy with it. It's been a great addition. It made rodeos very nice because we had a tack room and lights, and it tows really well. It seems to be very well made. Like if you look, all your joints are caulked on the roof as well, We have not had any leaking in the tack room. There are stickers in there that say, even though it's all caulked, we don't guarantee it to not leak. But, you know, we live in Missouri. We get lots of rain. And there has been no water other than when we left the door, or the, not the door, the vent open. We did, of course, get water in there then. But that was it. 2 safety chains, standard latch, your plug. I don't know. If you guys are looking for a stock combo or just a regular stock trailer or something else, I would highly recommend Calico trailers. Check them out. They've got a website. There's plenty of dealers all over the place. If you're in my area, Texas County, Missouri, go see Newberry Auto Sales, or not Newberry Auto Sales, Newberry Trailer Sales in West Plains. That's where we ordered this. Great to work with. Good prices. Let me know if you have any questions.